Hi everyone, my name is Stacy and I am a dairy farmer here at the Rottinghaus Holstein farm, along with my grandpa, my parents, and my brother. We have a lot of work to do here on the farm, so we also have 6 full-time employees that help us out. My husband and kids also like coming along and seeing what the cows are doing during the day. Our farm began at the turn of the 20th century when my great-great-grandparents immigrated from Germany. They started a draft horse farm. But during the Great Depression, they added 5 registered Holstein cows and the dairy farm began milking by hand. Nowadays, we milk 500 cows using 4 milking robots and a double 16 parlor. So come on, let me show you how we all do our work here. These are our calf hutches, and this is where our baby calves live for the first 10 days of their life. We keep them set so that way they are less likely to spread germs and they are easier to treat if they do get sick. They like to suck your finger. While the calves live in the huts, they receive just over a half a gallon of milk to drink twice a day. This is milk that we have pasteurized, just like the milk you buy at the store. This makes sure there is no germs or bacteria in it that might make the calves sick. These calves also have access to fresh grain and water throughout the day. Welcome to our calf barn, where our calves are moved after they are 10 days old. They are put into group pens that hold 20 calves. When they're in these pens, they are still fed grain and water. They are able to drink milk off of a machine that monitors how much milk they drink. It lets them drink every 2 hours, and they're able to drink up to 10 liters of milk a day if they want. And so this really helps promote their growth. It makes them happy. It fills them up. Right now, there's some new ones that are just learning how to drink off the machine, so they're still hungry. We train them by leading them up to the machine and putting their mouth on the nipple, and they're able to suck it off. The milk that we feed them in this barn is a powdered milk that is mixed with water. It's just like baby formula, except this is formulated for baby calves, and it helps promote their growth and makes them happy. After our calves are weaned, they are moved to outside sheds and group pens. When they are moved out here, they are started on a total mixed ration, or TMR mix, that includes corn silage, alfalfa hay, some soybean meal, and ground corn. When they're in these pens, they have ample shade for when it's hot, and the barns also provide protection from the wind when it's cold. After about a year, our calves have grown into bigger heifers and they are old enough to be bred. Once they become pregnant, we put them out in a pasture pen. We still feed them once a day using a TMR mix, but they are also able to go out and eat grass, hang out by the pond, and under some nice shade trees. A month before they're calving, we will bring them closer up to the farm so we can watch them and help them if they need help when they are calving. Behind me here is our dry cow shed. This is where our cows come to live up to 3 weeks before they have their calves. They live on sawdust that is sourced from our local cabinet factory. They are fed outside, and then they can lay down inside on the sawdust, and this is also where they get to have their babies, which is right next to our calf huts over here, so that way when it comes time to move the calves, they don't have to go very far. After a cow has calved, she begins giving milk. We have 2 places we milk our cows. This milking parlor is one where we are able to milk 32 cows at one time. To begin the milking process, a cow's teats are cleaned with pre-dip and a few streams of milk are stripped from each quarter. Then the teats are wiped off and the milking unit is attached. The milking unit creates a gentle squeeze and release sensation that draws the milk out of the cow's udder. Cows in this parlor are milked twice a day. It travels through the hoses, stainless steel pipes, and milk filter to the bulk tank. During this process, it is never touched by human hands. When the milk flow decreases, the milker automatically turns off and the cow is dipped again to prevent dirt and germs from getting up into her udder. Welcome to our robot parlor. We have 4 milking robots that milk our cows 24 hours a day. Cows can choose to come in and be milked anywhere from 2 to 3 or even 4 times a day. Milking feels good for them because it is a release of all of that pressure and weight that they have built up. Our cows can give anywhere from 60 to 100 pounds of milk a day. a gallon of milk weighs about 8.7 pounds. So you do the math and find out how many gallons our cows give a day. The milking robot uses the same method to draw milk out of the cow as we use in our other parlor. It just looks a little different. It uses brushes and water to wash off each teat. It then uses air to dry them before it attaches the milking unit. The milking unit is attached by using a laser system in order to see each teat. You can see the red lines of the lasers as the unit is being attached. While the cow is being milked in the stall, it gets a yummy treat to eat. Milk from the cow travels through these hoses and into a holding jar inside the robot. When the cow is done milking, the milk will be pumped through stainless steel pipes to our tank room. Our tank room where all of our milk gets stored until it's picked up by our milk truck and then brought to the processing plant, bottled, and then shipped to a grocery store near you. Our bulk tank is large enough to hold an entire semi's load full of milk a day, but currently we are only producing about half of that, or 32,000 pounds of milk. That is 3,678 gallons a day. Our milk is picked up once each day. Before it is pumped onto the truck, a sample is taken and it is tested for antibiotics or extra bacteria to make sure there is nothing in it that makes it unsafe to drink. Milk is stored below 40 degrees Fahrenheit. After the milk truck picks up our milk, this tank is washed using extremely hot soap and acid water to make sure it is completely sanitized and clean before we put new milk into it. While this is going on, our robot milkers have to continue working. So this tank here is a smaller tank that the milk will be held in until the other tank is clean and it can transfer over. During the day when they're not being milked, our cows live in a freestall barn. In these freestall barns, cows have individual stalls that they can go and lay down to rest. In this barn, cows are able to move around freely and eat the TMR or feed ration that is in front of them 24 hours a day. They also always have access to fresh, clean water from an automatic waterer. During the summer, we are able to turn on fans and a sprinkler system to keep the cows cool. In the winter, we are able to drop heavy curtains along the side walls to prevent cold drafts from blowing through the barn. To keep the barn clean, we have an automatic scraper system that pushes all the manure out of the barn and into our manure pit. It is later spread on fields for fertilizer. Thanks for joining me on a farm tour today. I hope you learned something new and interesting that you can go and share with your friends. And I look forward to seeing more of you this year as we continue our Adopt a Calf journey. Bye!